Class Activity 7D, using strip diagrams to solve ratio problems. Number 1. Suppose a certain shade of green paint is made by mixing blue paint and yellow paint in a ratio of 2 to 3. For each parts A, B, and C, use the same shade of green paint as above, which is made by mixing blue paint with yellow paint in a ratio of 2 to 3. Explain how to solve the problems by using a strip diagram. Letter A. If you use 40 pails of blue paint, how many pails of yellow paint will you need? So over here, I did the problem for you. First, we will divide 40 by 2, which equals 20. And then we know for each box has 20 in each one. So then we can easily do multiplication. 2 times 20 equals 40 blue, and 3 times 20 equals 60 parts yellow, which gives you the answer that we're looking for, 60 parts yellow. If you use 48 pails of yellow paint, how many pails of blue paint will you need? So I did the strip diagram again, and the first thing I did was I divided 48 divided by 3 equals 16. And you can see now each box has 16 in them, and you can just easily multiply. 3 times 16 equals 48 yellows, and 2 times 16 equals 32 parts blue, which is our answer, 32 parts blue. For letter C, it reads, if you want to make 150 pails of green paint, how many pails of blue paint and how many pails of yellow paint will you need? I worked that out, and how you do that is we know there's a total of 150, and we divide it by 5 because there are 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total boxes, and that gives us 30. And then we know each part has 30, and then we can do the easy multiplication. Our first answer, 2 times 30, equals 60 parts blue. And our second answer, 3 times 30, equals 90 parts yellow. For number 2, it reads, at lunch, there was a choice of pizza or a hot dog. 3 times as many students chose pizza as chose hot dog. Altogether, 160 students got lunch. How many students got pizza? How many students got a hot dog? Draw a stick diagram to help you solve this problem. We have our strip diagram. 3 to 1. For every 3 pizzas, there's 1 hot dog. So the very first thing we did was I divided 160 divided by 4, and that gave us 40. And then we can solve the problem by saying 4 times 40 equals 120 people got pizza. And we can also solve 1 times 40, which gives us 40 hot dogs. For the last part, it reads, if you mix fruit juice and bubbly water in a ratio of 3 to 5 to make a punch, then how many liters of fruit juice and how many liters of bubbly water will you need to make 24 liters of punch? What if you only want 10 liters of punch? Draw a stick diagram to help you solve both versions. So, for the first one, the top one right here, I went ahead and I did 24 divided by 8 equals 3. And then we can solve the problem. For fruit juice, we know it's 3 times 3 equals 9. And for bubbly water, you solve 3 times 5 equals 15. That's the first one. And for the second one, what we do is we divide 10 divided by 8, and it gives us 1.25. And then we substitute that, and we find out that the fruit juice is 3 times 1.25, which equals 3.75 for fruit juice, and for bubbly water, we multiply 5 times 1.25, which will equal 6.25 for the bubbly water. This activity represents solving proportion problems by reasoning with multiplication and division. For this problem, we use strip diagrams to solve ratio problems. I learned this by reading section 7.2 on pages 284 through 287 of our textbook, which helps me to justify how I arrived at my solution for this activity. This concludes activity 7D.